actually Casey Nicola in front of me
Oh.
when I did all this stuff. And I walked out of the room feeling so confident, and my friends were like, you know, you did it in front of Casey. And I was like,
No.
I did? Oh my God, he's gonna shoot me. No, he loved it. He thought it was all great, and that's pretty much it.
I was now like think about about a year ago to a 8:30 when you won the Tony Award.
Hold up, let me get you something. There you go. I got you. No problem.
You
Should show and make you look good.
you won the Tony.
Yes.
And you have it right here.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I do have it right here. Yes.
What was going through your head?
There was like so many things going through my head. Okay, so I'll take you back a little bit. 2010, I was in a show called Memphis, and Memphis won the Tony for Best Musical. And we went to the party, and the producers walked in with 4 Tonys that they had won, you know. And I asked Randy Adams, our producer, could I hold the Tony and take a picture with it? So I held it up just like this, and I took a picture with it, and I have that, and my wife put this picture in a frame with that night. So it says Memphis, it's got me and her and what we wore, and then just my hand holding the Tony. And I said, you know what? Hopefully I can get one of these, but I may not, and it'll be fine. You know, I'll just take this and be great. And the fun part is, when we fast forward to 2014, and I've got this thing, I got to the rehearsal early in the morning, so we had to get there at 8 o'clock. And as I'm walking around, random people keep coming up to me saying, you know, I think you might win. And I was like, yeah, that's great. That is so weird. Please don't tell me that. I'm already scared enough. And then they do the rehearsal for the Tonys. And at the rehearsal, they do a mock thing. They go through all the awards. And then when they got to my award, I was coming down the aisle, getting ready to, you know, do the stuff. And they announced the fake winner. And the fake winner was me. And some actor gets up and starts talking like what I would say, and I was like, that's weird. So we do the rehearsal, and then we come back to the theater, do the show, and then, so I've had to put the genie makeup on twice now. So we did it early in the morning, came back, took it off, did the show, took it off, run over there, and then we get there, and then I put the genie makeup back on, sang, and then when they called my name, Jesse, I'll tell you this. Everything was in my head and nothing was in my head all the time. I literally was like, I know exactly what I'm going to say. I have no idea what I'm going to say. And I looked over at my wife, and Dawn is crying, and one of my dear friends, Joshua Henry, who was also nominated, he stands up, and I look at him from on stage, and it was like, it literally, what's funny is, the best way to describe it is, and I'll use Robin Williams. Robin Williams described winning an Oscar as everything going in slow motion but going in fast motion at the same time. So you walk up there, and then you walk off stage and you're like, what just happened? Please say. And then I realized I did a praise shout on TV. And there's moments where when you're in theater, to show you any kind of faith is a little, you know, wonky. And I realized that just happened, and I was like, oh gosh, they're really gonna hate me now. And folks were really happy about it. And then I got off stage, and of all things, the next thing that comes to me, this director says, hey James, we need you to go backstage and do a little commercial thing with Bradley Cooper and Hugh Jackman. And I'm like, huh? So sure enough, I get back there, and it's Bradley Cooper, it's Hugh Jackman, I forgot, I think it was Ian, not Ewan McGregor, but it's Ethan Hawke. We're all over there, and we're not supposed to say anything. I just walk past them and have my Tony. They congratulate me, and then when they go cut, they really congratulated me. They was like, "Hey man, great job!" And I was like, "What is happening?" So it was one of the coolest things ever, and this is also, I think, the heaviest thing in my house. My cat doesn't weigh as much as this thing, so we keep it way up high so it doesn't fall on anybody's head and hurt anyone.
And like I do.
Oh.
You have a pen.
Pen.
Oh yes, I do have a pen, and I wanted to give my mom something because I wasn't gonna have this. So I let her have the pen, and so she's got the pen. We've got this. We've got the Tony plaque, and we've got one other thing we have to give to my mom. So
Nice.
I never taken it. Well, if I could help it, it goes everywhere with me. Since Kelly gave it to me, Kelly O'Hara gave it to me.
yes.
Ever since, I never take it off.
She's the sweetest, as you know.
Yeah.
She's one of the sweetest people on the planet.
She closed our show last year.
Yes.
And if the sweetest, most kind.
Yes, she's one of the most kind ladies.
I have one more planned question for you,
Okay.
but I have a few other
Unplanned. Yes.
questions.
No problem.
Then we're in your dressing room.
Sure.
And so you are in a rap group
Yes.
with Lin-Manuel Miranda,
Mhm.
who everybody knows from In the Heights. Can you talk about a little about that?
Yes, I was in my hometown of California, my home state of California, and I was doing. Have you ever been in a show that's not good? Okay, so you're good. You're good. I was in a show that was not good, and when it's seen by others, people are going to shoot me. That's fine. I was in a show that was not good, and I was with a friend of mine whose name is Christopher Neil Jackson, who was he was Simba, and he was also Benny in the Heights. And he's now George Washington in Hamilton. And we were backstage, and a beat came on the radio, and I started freestyling about the fact that our show wasn't as great as I hoped it would be. And then he started, and we started rapping back and forth, and he says, hey, I'm in a group called Freestyle Love Supreme. My friend Lin-Manuel is in it. He just wrote this new show called In the Heights. Hopefully it goes to Broadway. And I said, that's funny. I'm in a new show called Memphis. Hopefully it goes to Broadway. And we're sitting there, this bad show, thinking about these two shows that we hope will go. And we're just rapping back and forth. And we stayed friends. And then I got into Spelling Bee, 25th Annual Putnam Spelling Bee. And while I was in Boston, he calls me. He says, look, they want you to audition for freestyle. Would you come down to New York? So my wife and I drove from Boston to New York, and I auditioned for the group. And Lynn was there, and our beatboxer Shockwave was there, and Tommy Kail, who's the director of both In the Heights and also Hamilton, was there. And a guy named Utkarsh Imbakar. And I say Utkarsh because if you've watched the movie Pitch Perfect, he's the Indian guy who's the beatboxer. He's also been on, oh my God, what's that girl's name? I can't think of the Indian girl who's on TV. She's wonderful. I'm gonna get killed for her name. She's on Fox. She's on. Oh, Mindy.
So
Mindy Cole. Hey, Mindy.
Yeah.
He's the Mindy Project. He's in her show. He plays her brother. He was there auditioning as well, and the two of us got in. We both rapped together, and we both got in freestyle. And I've been in freestyle ever since. That was back, I think, in 2006, 7. And we just did a show. We just finished. I just did a show with them June 30th. At 11:30, so I did the show here. I mean, I ran over there to Joe's Pub and did the show, and I have the most fun. It's a place where I can let my mind go because there's no script, so I don't have to think. So whatever comes out of my mouth just comes out, and I love that kind of improvisation performing because it just kind of it exercises my mind. Because when you have a script and you do a show for a long period of time, you do the same thing over and over and over again. This allows my mind to just kind of just go and have some fun. And also it also shows me that I still, have the skills I wished when I was a kid. I wanted to be a rapper when I was younger. So now I'm 40, so I kind of get to play that fantasy out. Maybe just once. Yeah, I'm 40. Just once a month.
How about any mishaps?
Any myth? When I was in your dressing room, I would like to talk about the genie. Any genie mishaps?
Genie mishaps, yes.
Really funny.
Genie, okay. I talk so fast that sometimes my words become gibberish, and I have to control that. And my wonderful, strong, beautiful cast laugh right at me. They don't try to help, and and neither does Adam. I love Adam. We've been boys for 5 years, and if I say the wrong thing, Aladdin doesn't help. He doesn't. I know his script. He doesn't know mine. So if he messes up, I can help him, but he doesn't help me. And there have been moments where I called him Ed one time instead of Al, and I was like, listen, Ed, Al. And it was, and because I was going so fast, like, look, Ed, Al, and he looks, he goes, Ed. I was like, you're not helping. Thank you, you're not helping me. Or there'll be moments where I have just gone up, just lost it.
Yeah.
There was a moment where the script left my brain, and I forgot my. I was so blank that I forgot my mic was on, and I looked at Alan, I looked at Aladdin, and I went, you know, I have no idea what I'm about to say. And I realized it went out on to the people. And then I just started making things up, which of course made the audience laugh. And I said, and I saw a group of kids, and I said, look, kids, this can happen to anybody, even Broadway people. And I found my line and went back on. But that kind of stuff happens, you know,
to anybody.
To anybody.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if I look up and I see something funny, there was a guy who came to, there was a lady who came to our show, and she had her phone on, but her camera was up, and I could see the lights of her phone, and they were 2 flash lights that, you know, so I realized she was taping the show. So in the middle of the front like me, I was like, oh guys, we're gonna go tap now. And I was like, no pictures please. And I looked and I was like, I can see you. And then I in the middle of the verse, I was like, yes, we can see you, because you left the flash on. And she quickly put the flash. She realized I was talking about her, and the cast is laughing, like they're not even singing anymore. And I get off stage, and stage manager's like, that was a good move. That was a good move, because immediately once I said it, the ushers came down and told her to stop taping. But I think people forget that I have a little bit of freedom. So if you do something weird, I can say something.
Yeah, can you give a little tour of your costume in your dress?
Yes. So, let me put this up here.
And how long does it take you to genify?
Oh, it takes me about 20 minutes altogether to genify, because I put on my first base for Arabian Nights.
Yeah.
And then after Arabian Nights, I go downstairs, and my wonderful makeup artist Cheryl Thomas, she puts on the rest of all the genie stuff, and that takes about 10 minutes. She's gotten so quick with it, you know. So basically, all of Proud of Your Boy, all of Proud of Your Boy, and all of One Jump, they're putting makeup on me. So when Proud of Your Boy ends, I am genified. So it takes about 10 minutes. But I'll show you a little bit of what I have here. This is my first jacket. It is. This is the heavy one. This is Arabian Nights, and that's why I do a little bit of dancing in Arabian Nights, but is trying to lift this thing up. It's just, I mean, I have, like, you know, belt buckles on me. But Greg Barnes is a wonderful Tony Award-winning costume designer. He did Kinky Boots. He did Follies. He won the Tony for Follies. He did our show as well. He also did Something Rotten. These, I'll show you this. This is one of my favorites. This is my jacket for Prince Ali, and it's a lot lighter. So you know, the blue one is a little bit heavier, but it's this is light because.
Do you have your genie blue one?
I'm trying to see. I think no, they have. I think they're probably working on it, because I knocked last night. I knocked so many jewels off of my coat. I walked past one of the set pieces and I did a long arm thing, and I hit it, and all of a sudden I just heard. I looked on the floor and realized, like, stuff had fallen off. So all the costume designers, our wonderful costume people, have to fix our costumes like every night. I mean, you know, stuff happens. Oh yeah. So I can show you those. That's cool.
Would you wear out a pair of shoes during the show?
No, they're on point. They make sure that the boots stay together, and if anything happens, I have one extra pair Yeah, and the shoe people fix these guys. The T.O. Day is a fantastic company. They actually make Mariah Carey shoes. They make all the shoes for us, and so they're pretty cool, and they're extremely comfortable. You would think they wouldn't be. I didn't think I could walk in heels, but I guess I can.
Al, can you tell us about this Bible lift?
If it's a secret.
Well, no. The spiral lift is not a secret. We have a couple secrets, but the spiral lift, they showed it on TV, so it's okay. We can talk about it.
I don't want to give away any of the secrets.
No. This is
Cliff.
no. This is a good one.
I've been telling Cliff about the show, and I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, okay. He hasn't seen it. I can't say anything. It's magic. Absolute Disney magic.
Disney magic.
But can you tell us a little about the lift?
Sure. The lift is basically it's a personalized elevator, really what it is, and it's a tube that surrounds me. And when they brought Jim Steinmeier, our magician, he came to my house and he had to fit me for the elevator. And he brought this little hole and he says, okay, and it went to about here, and I was like, great, that fits. He was like, nope, it's too big. He brought another hole and it got a little closer, and I was like, well, that fits. He goes, nope, it's too big.
Oh,
he brings another hole and it got literally hit me here. And he was like, that's perfect. And I was like, but it's hitting me. How am I supposed to get out? And he's like, you'll be fine. They built it around me. And they realized I was going to be the biggest guy in the show, so all the other guys could go up the lift too. You'll see when you see it. But one part of it spins while the elevator goes up, and it took some getting used to. It took more getting used to going down, because of the going up, at least I'm in a tube, and I'm fine. But going down, it's just me, and until you get to about here, you're like, okay, I'm safe. But now it's easy. I can do it without looking.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for doing this.
You are so welcome.
The Advent Hour season finale. See you season 12. We'll be back at the King and I. Bye.
Bye.
Is it-
Thank you.
okay.